Hey, hey, folks, this is Lonzo, president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, with another political show. Right now, just stepped on the line is a brother I met the other day at the Candidates Forum in Compton, and I invited him on the show to talk to you. And his name is Joel Estrada, but he told me to call him Joe. Joel, how you doing, Doc?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How do
I'm
I
doing
put this?
fantastic.
I want to put this right for you. All right. Is this good for you? Am I right here?
You're good. You're good. We're almost the same size. That's a good thing.
All right. I have a face for radio. That's what my mama said. So I think that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah, you got jokes, Joel. That's one thing I like about you. You got jokes. How you feel today?
I feel good. Thank the Lord. Even when I have a bad day, you gotta find a way to say you feel good at the end, right? And we made it through.
That's a good thing, Doc. For those who don't know Joel or Joel, he is running for the fourth city council seat in the city of Compton. I listened to him and all the candidates last Saturday at the church, and it was a very interesting conversation. The one thing I have to say that I've seen in the this current election is a lot of professionalism from all the candidates. And that's something I really appreciate as a citizen of Compton. No mudslinging. Yes, we have some differences of opinion, but we do it in a professional manner. Joel, before I get to ranting and raving, tell them about yourself and what you do and why you want to be the representative of the 4th District of Compton.
Well, I'm glad you started with a simple question. I'm glad you started with an easy one. No, well, as you said, my name is Joel Estrada. I'm a lifelong Compton resident. I grew up here. I went to King Elementary, McNair Elementary. I went to Davis Middle School. I was very fortunate. I got accepted to Stanford University and Amherst College, and I went to Amherst College, and I obtained my bachelor's degree in law, jurisprudence, and social thought. And then I was very blessed to go to law school. I have my Juris Doctorate from Loyola Law School. And as far as just a little bit about me, as far as community work, here in Compton, I've for 15 years I was a youth pastor at Hosanna Apostolic Church in Compton, over there in El Segundo, in District 1. And then recently, now I got shipped over 5 years ago. I became the interim English pastor at Mount Zion Apostolic Church in Southgate, in front of City Hall. So I'm there now. I served as one of the greatest honors I had. I actually served on the Compton Unified School District Board of Trustees. I was elected. And during one of those years, I was privileged to serve as the president of the Compton School Board. Aside from that, I've served on the Personnel Commission. I've served on the Bond Cost Containment Committee for the bond for Compton Community College. I've served on the Board of Directors for Community Lawyers here in Compton, and among a plethora of other things. Professionally, I was a director of marketing for many years, for 8 years, for WSS Warehouse Shoe Sale, the corporate office, overseeing all the stores. Yeah, I was there for 8 years, and as a director of marketing and public affairs. I started when they had 24 stores. I professionally left. I officially left when it was at 44 stores. And then I started one of my first major companies. I owe a lot to WSS. I started my first company. I started a Latino and urban marketing agency, an award-winning one. Thank the Lord. We peaked at several million a year. WSS was my biggest client, and we opened up stores 44 all the way to 77 for them. And it's a blessing for us. And then I started a little company. I started a chain of stores. Some people may be surprised to know that there's two things I spend money on. I spend money on action figures and food, because I grew up here in Compton in a very financially limited home. When I graduated high school in 1996, my parents were making a combined income of $15,000. So I grew up selling shaved ice out of my house, nachos out of my house. My mom would drive around Compton selling clothes out of the trunk of her car. And, you just kind of grow up thinking that's normal. So now and I tell people all the time, I grew up eating, chicken soup without the chicken, beef stew without the beef, like I grew up eating all that stuff. and now I'll spend. So I started a chain of stores focused on high-end collectibles, and I just never thought it was going to grow, but it did. It turned into a chain. And lastly, what I do professionally now, 8 years ago, a friend of mine from college and we started and ran and run a capital firm group where we have almost $500 million in assets here in Southern California. And I'm the COO running the day-to-day operations. I oversee. We started with 8 employees. We have 60 now. We started with like 15 contractors. We have over 50 now. And I oversee legal, maintenance, personnel. I oversee all of our departments, and that's what I do professionally. And why I want to run, quite simply, I'm a firm believer that two things. One is that when you feel that there is a need and you love something, you serve. If my child was in need and I have the capacity to help him, I would. And I love this city. And when I read the 2022 state audit report stating that Compton was dead last, and sometimes we seem to forget that Compton was dead last and currently remains dead last in its fiscal and operational management, I told myself, I am now in a position, thank the Lord, that I can try and attempt to offer my skill set to the citizens of Compton in such a way that hopefully I can use these skills to make decisions on behalf of the citizens that will benefit the citizens
Okay.
and not myself and or any special interest.
Hey, Joel, one
Luckily,
second. One second. Turn your microphone down just a little bit. I think it might be a little distortion in your microphone. Turn it down just a little bit.
absolutely.
See if we can. It's a little bit distorted.
Is it better now?
A little bit better.
Let me see.
Your voice carries very well, so you don't need a lot of volume.
What about now? Is it better now?
Yeah, let's try that.
If it gets bad, I'll lower it again.
Okay, that's better. That's much better.
Okay. I apologize about
No
that.
problem. No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Continue.
I just said, for me, it was the easiest thing sometimes is that the Lord has given you such a life and you are on a trajectory that why disrupt that? But again, one of the things that I truly believe in is that when you have these type of things, you want to be a blessing to other people. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that what you look for in your elected officials is that while you are busy being a citizen, you're busy being a good citizen. You're working. You're raising a family. You're doing what you need to do, what God has put you on earth to do. There should be leaders that while you are doing your activity, that your leaders are doing the right thing and they have the capacity to do the right thing. As for myself, I felt that I reached a point in my life. I'm 45 years old. I've been married for over 18 years. I have 2 children. I feel that I'm in a position financially and with experience that I can operate independently of any special interests, and I could truly serve the city of Compton in a way that benefits it. And I'm just trying to say and convince voters that I have the skill sets that are necessary to make decisions that would benefit the city.
Okay. I like what you're saying there. What happened to him? He'll be right back. I'm quite sure he'll be right back. We've been having a couple of issues. That Compton internet can be a little bit difficult. We got to talk to Spectrum or whoever the service is to make sure we get a stronger signal, because we've been having a few issues on with most of the candidates. Here he is back again, folks.
Okay,
There
here
you
we go.
Okay, no problem. I was just telling our audience, we've had this issue. Most of the candidates I've interviewed, all my interviews are virtual, and we've had freezing and dropouts. So don't feel bad. You're right on par with the Compton internet service.
No, it's all good. It's just a good looking overload. Two good looking men on.
All right, check it out. What is jurisprudence? Jurisprudence? What is the legal term you mentioned? Jurisprudence. What is that? He's frozen again. Either he's dead or he's frozen. I think he's frozen. I don't think he died on me. Anyway, folks, let's hang on a minute. Let him thaw out. We got a digital freeze on me. It happens from time to time. Anytime we ask a good question, I notice I'm serious. I'm very serious. Anytime we ask a good question, we always have some type of internet glitching. and he'll be back in just a second. Don't worry about it. Thanks. I see we got people watching. Don't hesitate to stick around for a minute. He'll be right back, like he just came back a minute ago. That's something we have to address in the city of Compton. We got to get some better internet service here, folks. All right, we're back, Joel. Now you're sideways. Hold on. Joel, you're sideways. Let me take you off for a second, let you get that straightened out right quick. Here he is again. There you go. All right, you're back. The term that jurisprudence, what is that? That legal term you mentioned earlier? Can you hear me? Oh, no, he can't hear me. Every time we ask a good question, we tend to have some issues here. That's amazing. It's an awful convenient coincidence. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying, I hate talking conspiracy theories. That happened to me earlier. Asked a couple of good questions to Alicia Rivers, and everything froze up. So somebody's watching. He'll be right back, folks. Don't hesitate. Don't forget, y'all. The election is Tuesday, March 5th. You can start voting right now. I was at the Dollar High Center today. They have the voting booths at the Dollar High Center already set up. So there's no excuse. I couldn't get on that Tuesday. You go all weekend long, okay? I know for a fact I saw the booths today at the Dollar High Center. So don't let nobody tell you your vote don't count. In the city election, every vote counts. It's a one-for-one situation. And for every vote you don't count, the other side gets 2. Why? Because they get their vote and you don't get yours, so that means they get your vote. So if it's somebody you don't want to see in office, every vote will cancel out another vote for a different artist. Different candidate. If you have somebody that you want to vote for, if you vote for them and somebody votes for somebody else, it's a cancellation. But if you don't vote, if you vote for your candidate and somebody else don't vote for theirs, automatically they got one up on you automatically. So remember that, folks. Do not let anyone tell you that your vote does not count. Your vote definitely counts, especially in city and local elections. Joel is back again. Let's see what we got. Joel. All right, cool. The term you mentioned earlier, jurisprudence. What is that?
Jurisprudence is so my first major, my bachelor's is in law, jurisprudence, and social thought. And jurisprudence just means the philosophy of law. So, like for example, you ask yourself, jurisprudence is actually what most courts do at the higher level. So, for example, let's say that you are trying to. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's just take gay marriage, right? Sometimes if you're looking at it from sometimes people say, are you in favor of gay marriage? Are you not in favor of gay marriage? Sometimes the question becomes, well, what kind of context are you asking? If you're asking it from the context of jurisprudence, meaning you're asking it from a legal context, then the question is completely different from morality, theology, ethics, sociology. Every one of them will give you a different answer. From a legal standpoint, what you're really asking is, do you have a right under our theories of law, our philosophies of law, to be married to someone of the same sex, right? Like that's really how you're going to phrase the question, right? And if you're going to limit 2 people of the same sex to get married legally, what can you make that argument? And then people make these kind of arguments every which way, and you study them. I'll give you a better example. True story. A kid is going to inherit a lot of money, and then he decides to become a drunk. And when he becomes a drunk, his grandmother, who's going to leave him all the money, says, I'm not going to leave you the money anymore. The kid is like 17, realizes he's underage. So he says, I'm going to kill my grandmother before I turn 18 and before she could change the will. So he kills the grandma and he inherits all the money. The daughters come in and say, hey, this is wrong. You can't inherit money after you kill the person who was going to change the will. So then jurisprudence is the philosophy of law saying which philosophy would govern the decision that we're about to make here, right? So this is a real case, by the way, where a 17-year-old kid killed his grandmother so he can inherit the money. And he just kind of said, I'm underage, so I'm only going to be in jail for like 8 years. And by the time I come out, even if I'm 30, I'm going to be a filthy millionaire. That's
Okay.
what he gambled. So in this case, the law, there's a theory of law called positive law theory, which says the law is whatever it says it is. And in that state, there was nothing in the written law that said that if you kill the person who's going to give you their estate, you lose the estate. Nothing. But then there's another area of law, another area of jurisprudence called natural law theory. And natural law theory says that there's a higher law than that which is stated, more the law of right and wrong, the law of God. And there's a principle that says no man should benefit from his own wrong. So sometimes
Uh,
the courts will use those type of principles to guide them. In this particular case, the court said that no man should benefit from their own wrong, and the court turned the decision around and did not allow the young man to inherit the money because he killed his grandmother. But that's what jurisprudence is. It's just the philosophy of law. Yeah.
question:
Yes.
Does studying law make you a lawyer?
No, studying of law. Look, the way it works is that if you go to law school and you get your Juris Doctorate, that's different. But if you're just picking up a book, you're reading TikTok videos, like it's like saying, "Does playing Call of Duty make me a soldier?" No, no, it doesn't.
I think you got a call, Doc. Hold on there. Hold on there. Hello? Hello? Yes, it is. Yes. How you doing, Vanessa? Are you a lawyer?
Is this
Hello.
Vanessa Kane?
Are you not a lawyer?
No, I've never
Oh,
presented. I don't practice. I am a law school graduate with my Juris Doctorate degree. I have a Juris Doctor. I have a JD.
okay. He says he is not a lawyer. That you is no. Okay. Well, hey, I think did he answer your question to your satisfaction? He said he's not a lawyer. Well, if if he didn't take the bar, he wouldn't have a bar card, right? Did
Yep.
you take the
If
bar
I didn't
exam?
take, yeah,
You
if I took the bar, then I would be an attorney, and I would be a practicing attorney, and I'm not.
no, you were never a practicing attorney, correct?
Nope. After I graduated law school, I continued to uh, focus on my businesses and my experience. Now, do I flatter myself that I have an extreme understanding of the law? Yeah, it's very difficult to go to law school and not do so. It's kind of like going to med school and not work and not being a licensed doctor. You know,
Okay,
you're just not a doctor. You just went to med.
okay. What were you saying there? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't run for
Hold on, I'm
attorney
just
though.
gonna stop this phone for
Oh,
ringing.
oh, okay, he stepped out for 1 second. Hold on, he'll be right back. This is what I like about having a live show. This is live. We have a live call in, and they had a question, and Joel has answered the question, and I think he's going to come back just a second
Yes,
to.
I'm here. Sorry, sorry
Oh,
about that. Okay, What is the new question?
Well, if Joel, what did you say? What did you say, Doc? What?
I'm sorry. What was the new question?
Well, the question the caller is under the assumption that at some point you presented yourself as a lawyer, and
No, nope.
okay,
I've always been very upfront about that. I mean, that's one of the things you learn, right? I've always presented that I am a graduate of Loyola Law School with a Juris Doctor degree, and I do have an extensive background knowledge of the law.
that's not, but that don't make you a lawyer, though.
I'm not an attorney.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not. I've never presented myself as
Well,
such. I
now if somebody if he has these qualifications, but it said he didn't take the bar exam, he's not
Yeah.
saying that. Maybe somebody don't understand. Well, I'm just saying, well, he's not. He never said he's not. He's saying he's not a lawyer. I don't. Okay. All right. I think we got. I think we got it clear. Though. I think we got it clear, right? This is being recorded, so this is being recorded. So we will have this for eternity. Go right ahead. Okay.
Alonso, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to say something?
I'm waiting for it. Go, go ahead, Joel. Go ahead.
Okay. What's the next question, Alonso, so we can continue talking?
I'm trying to I'm trying to hear. I'm thinking it was that there was something you.
No, if I may, Alonso, I mean, like, I think that if the caller wants, I think I know who the caller is. If they want my phone number, I'll gladly talk to them. I would, gladly clear it up. I mean, I don't know how many times, but yeah, if they want to continue to want to talk about a new topic, that'd be great.
No, what I'm saying, Lonzo, this is, he knows me because we've had dialogue on Facebook. But I asked him, what is it that he put in place at the school board that is still being used now? Because you stated he put something in the school board, he put some laws in place that they're still using now. What are those laws?
I never said that. I never said that. I think that what's an interesting history is that if anyone remembers, when I served on the school board, I served from 2005 to 2009. And if everyone remembers, and we cannot forget, the state took over the Compton Unified School District, and the state took over the Compton Unified School District due to its mismanagement, its fiscal mismanagement. Alonso, I don't know if you remember those times where Compton was under the state receivership, and in 2005, Compton was out of receivership, and it was in its phase called solvency. Solvency is when the state of California says we want to leave. And many people don't know that Compton was actually the first district to be taken over by the state. And very proudly, it was also so sorry. Oh, there we go. Very proudly, it was also the first district to get out of receivership. But when you get out, you have to do this thing called maintaining solvency. So what the state does is that the state gives some type of money to the district and says, you're going to take this money and you're going to hire an overseer. You're going to hire an agency that is going to evaluate mostly all the decisions that you guys make. And this overseer is going to make a determination of when you are ready to be on your own. That's what this overseer is going to do. In the case of Compton, the overseer was an organization called FIGMAC. And FIGMAC would, if I remember correctly, would cost well over $500,000 a year. Thank the Lord that that money came from the state. It didn't come from any type of funds from that. So what ended up happening is that FIGMAC needed to make determinations on what Compton did. And at that time, the FIGMAC would note that the board was constantly bickering with each other, was constantly making decisions that were not in the purpose for Compton. It was not for Compton children. It was not for Compton education. In their last report, there was a report that they made, and the report states in there that it was the presence of one new board member that has been able to work collaboratively and create and foster a sense of teamwork, and that the direction of the board is very much geared towards the children, pro-education, and pro-Compton. And they felt that the presence of this board member has made a tremendous impact in the city of Compton, in the Compton Unified School District. That board member was myself. And it was during my tenure, during my presidency, that FIGMAC left the district, which was a big celebration.
You're skating. You're skating.
Huh?
Okay, I don't know.
Skating around the question. I just asked, what is it that he did that is still in place? That's what he said when he had to.
I never said that. I mean, I served in 2009. The last year I served was 2009. And what I stated in the past was, I definitely have the ability to govern. Whenever I joined the board, it had a positive impact. And that's undisputable. Now, I never stated that
the most positive impact that they've had was under Makai Ali.
Oh,
and
that's
for
great.
anybody else to come and say what they did is wrong.
If he had an impact, he had an impact.
Right.
All right. You know
No,
what?
there was no impact.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There was no
And
impact.
and look,
People in District 4 are looking for somebody now that is telling the truth, and that's Combi,
All
the
right.
gentleman you had on last night.
All right.
okay.
You know what?
I watched you last night too.
Okay. I tell you what, we only got a few more minutes left. And I got to wrap him up.
I'm sure you got other callers, and I won't hold you up any longer.
Thank you for your call, though. Appreciate you.
Mhm.
All right. All right, Doc.
You know, Lonzo, if I may, you know, it's I'm glad you witnessed this. I mean, I think that, you know, if we spoke privately, I think that you would see that this is exactly what we're trying to avoid in the city of Compton. You started out by saying something very profound. We have seen a level of professionalism despite the unprofessionalism of other people. And that's what you're looking at. You're looking to see if you can find leaders that, despite the unprofessionalism of other people, can still maintain their culture. Say, I will swallow whatever I need to swallow to advance the cause that is Compton and put Compton first. And I think I'm very happy that this happened, because you saw a glimpse of the type of things that is very unique to certain candidates like myself, and the type of vitriol that sometimes exists. And you just continue to, sorry about that. I had my phone went dark. You just have to continue to keep marching forward, because you believe and you know that the majority of Compton is not like this. The majority of Compton wants to see shared power. The majority of Compton wants to see a Compton that is united, a Compton that is working together. And there are some people like this caller that don't. They absolutely do not like that, and they will work very hard against it. And it's like I tell people all the time, if I'm not your champion, that's fine.
We got 30 seconds. Give me a closing statement right quick.
I'm sorry, Lonzo?
You got 30 seconds. Give me a closing statement. You got 20 seconds. Give me a closing statement right quick.
My closing statement is I'm sad that of these 30 minutes, the bulk were dedicated to that caller. But I understand. You know, I got the short end of the stick today. You know, I just hope that if anyone wants to learn more about me, they can call me, they can email me. I will gladly talk to them. I've extended that courtesy to that caller many times. She's never taken me up on my offer.
All right.
And I just hope that, you know, that if anyone wants to learn more about the platform, we will gladly do so. And I'm hoping that I could come back to your show and I could actually have an appropriate amount of time to possibly express myself.
All right. I gave everybody 30 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
But no problem. Good luck on Tuesday. I'll see you out in the streets. I know you're out there.
Yes, I am.
All right. Good evening, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for calling in. This is Lonzo, president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. I can't tell you who to vote for. All I can do is tell you to do is vote. Thank you very much for watching, folks. We're out of here. Peace.